And every leader worth his salt will have to go and join the march sometime or the other. If you are to be counted as a part of mainstream, if that's your choice, you're going to have to march. That this is a sexual preference which is now natural and must be accommodated. That the day can mate with the day. But not only does she lose her femininity, and the attraction between the male and the female is no longer there. The electricity is no longer there. But she also loses her fertility. The womb refuses to bear children. But her husband wants a child. And so she goes to the fertility clinics. Can't have any children. Pays a lot of money, but nothing's working. Well, then what to do? He said it, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. A slave woman is down in the bottom of the hold of the ship. She is drinking polluted water. She's eating GM food. She's a slave woman. She's Indonesian. She's Bangladeshi. She's Indian. But because she has not attempted to become day, she is still a woman. She is still enchantingly a woman. Her womb is still fertile. So you rent her womb. It's called rent a womb. And the male sperm or the male egg is now injected into her. And she becomes pregnant. And for 9 months she lives like a queen. Yes. Bottled water for her. Mineral water for her. Why? It's a first-class baby she has. She's a first-class baby. She must eat organic food. Yeah. Why? It's a first-class baby out there. And she is treated like a queen for 9 months until the baby is born. And when the baby is born, she is paid for her services. And then the baby goes first class. Because mama belongs to the elite. And so the slave woman gives birth to someone who will rule over her. Is that already happening in the world? Come on, you know it. You know it. It's happening in the world. It's a big industry in India now. It's a big industry in India. Because mama in the elite traveling first class, she doesn't particularly like Muslims. But then why is it a slave girl who is born, a baby girl? Why not a baby boy? Before we answer that question, my wife reminded me on the way coming that it's not only because of infertility that she turns to the slave woman. It's also because of convenience, said my wife this morning, and I marveled. Say, mashallah, tomorrow you must come give the lecture. Because she's now a working woman. She's a working woman with commitments for her work. She can't take so much leave. Not only is it inconvenient to bear the baby for 9 months in her womb, it's inconvenient to go through childbirth and then taking care of the infant at the beginning stage. Not compatible with her career and her work obligation. So as a matter of convenience, the working woman, Dajjal's working woman, must now turn to a surrogate mother. And then I was told about a third reason I must tread carefully now. Part of a woman's beauty is her body. Her body. And Dajjal's modern age has taken the young woman and made her a goddess. You use her to sell motor cars. You use her to sell cell phones. You use her for she is the marketing tool of everything, the young woman. And she must have a beautiful body. But when I bear babies, I lose my figure. So, in order for me to preserve this body, it would be convenient for me to ask the slave woman to bear the babies instead of me. Now let's return to the baby girl. Why the baby girl and not the baby boy? This is a hypothesis. It still needs to be tested to determine its validity. And I have asked the medical doctors. This is a field in which I don't have competence. Islamic medical ethics. But we do have in Durban in South Africa, Dr. Abul Fadl Mohsen Ibrahim, who was a student of Maulana Fadlur Rahman Ansari. We studied together. And he has become an expert in Islamic medical ethics. He's written a doctoral thesis on abortion, contraception, surrogate parenting, etc. Under Ismail Faruqi at Temple University in Philadelphia. Ismail Faruqi Marhum, Shaheed. It is possible that genetically modified food, while still delivering nutrition, may fail to deliver the medicinal nutrition that we need, for example, for maintaining the strength of the immune system. That's the easy part of the subject. But what is the mystery of sperm production? What is it that determines the health of sperm production? Surely, if you tamper with the genetic composition of food, surely if you tamper with the purity of water, surely if you pollute the environment, and surely if you give to people a life of utmost stress, it could possibly damage the capacity of the male to produce the natural sperm. And if there is deficiency in sperm production, it is possible. I'm not saying that this is so. I'm giving you a hypothesis that you might want to study. This could result in less and less baby boys being born, and more baby girls being born. And so she gives birth to her mistress and not her master. This would be a parallel with Pharaoh, who was killing the baby boys. And over here you're killing the baby boys with a more sophisticated and complicated conspiracy. A parallel between the two. But there is a second possible reason, that she gives birth to her mistress, but not her master. And that is that as less and less baby boys are born, more and more baby girls, there's a tomorrow which is coming when women are going to outnumber men, and when it's one